Thank you, John. And I'd like to introduce our first speaker of the morning, Doug Zabor. Doug recently retired to an aging-in-place home in Pittsboro, North Carolina, with his wife, Magda. Within 6 years of marriage, Doug began to see Magda's first PD symptoms. Sadly, she wasn't diagnosed for 10 years. In that time, Doug was growing his marketing research business and watched from the sidelines as multiple doctors made wrong diagnoses and treatments. Doug is active in multiple PD support groups and a proactive and dynamo member of our planning committee for this summit. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doug Zabor.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? This is an introduction to collaborative care, or how PD caregiving saved my life. How's that for a title? Caregiving, the word, sounds like it's all about giving without any getting. Sounds like a one-way street. Sounds exhausting. Overgiving is easy, I know. I've attended Parkinson support groups in 2 different cities. Who has the time to take care of themselves when feeling overwhelmed with the progression of disease? Frankly, caregiving can be bad for your health. The asterisks here refer to clinical studies or articles that will be available to you once this program is archived online. There has to be a better way. 1993, before my wife was diagnosed, I sat on the sideline, really, frankly, thinking the doctors got this. Over 10 years of visits to multiple doctors, I became the unintended, unexpected collateral damage of multiple wrong diagnoses. Is anybody familiar with that? Useless treatments, deadening prescriptions, driving the car for 12 hours with someone asleep, increasing symptoms, increasing side effects. There had to be a better way. What if self-care and caregiving don't have to be mutually exclusive? What if your approach to self-care could benefit both of you at the same time? Wouldn't you want to try that? This is what collaborative care is. This is the name of this conference. This is my story. I will tell you about 4 stages that I went through, life stages and changes. I don't expect anybody to do any of these things, and you're doing many things on your own, and I'd love to hear your story. My story began in November 2009 when I heard a nightly news story that let me know it was time to get off the sidelines. 2009, breaking news. ABC News TV that night teased, you're going to hear about a new PD Parkinson's treatment without drugs. Hey, this is pretty interesting, isn't it? Dr. J. Albert proved that people with Parkinson's on the back of a tandem bike can achieve close to the benefit that levodopa provides. That's amazing. February 2010, we bought RT. RT stands for recumbent tandem, and you can see it over in the left, on the right picture. The red, the recumbent means you can sit in it. You aren't sitting down on a small chair. You can see it's about the size of our car. And in April 2010, we started a 1,000-mile training program for the Register's annual Great Bike Ride across Iowa. That's RAGBRAI. That is a 7-day, 500-mile adventure that we took place on. In those training, we overcame some roadside divorce moments. For example, early on, we were biking along, and we started going up a hill. And I was starting, my legs were getting tired, and I was pushing hard, and I said, Magda, push. She said, I am pushing. Went a little further, and I got a little more tired. I said, Magda, push. She said, I am pushing. Went a little further. I said, push harder. Come on. She said, I pushed 3 boys out for you. What else do I have to do? We recovered from that to ride RAGBRAI. We did ride it. I'll tell you a little bit more about it later. But so what's the collaborative benefit here? Explain this. Well, we both improved our sleep, and you know sleep is a pretty big deal for people with Parkinson's and caregivers. Both of our moods improved positively. Our energy improved. Our balance improved. And kind of notice on the left we're fat. On the right we're not. That's 3 months. Oh, Magda is wearing PLM patients like me. She has signatures of the names of people that were supporting her during that day. We raised money for the Parkinson's Foundation. Collaborative benefit for exercise. For her, reduced symptoms, improved uptake, extended durations. For me, only that tandem biking likely saved my life. Let me tell you the story. A rude awakening that food matters in people with Parkinson's. Riding across Iowa, our riding experience went from something like this, exhilarating, to something like this. Mid-8-hour ride, she hit a dead zone. Her meds stopped working. We took a break. She took some more. We waited. They didn't kick in. We waited. They didn't kick in. We started biking. I felt it in my legs. I was pushing my weight. I was pushing her weight. I was also pushing against the Parkinson's dystonia, the stiffness. So I was privileged to feel what Parkinson's feels like through this experience. It was enlightening. I learned that what Parkinson's people eat matters. However, it took me 2 years of study, of looking at clinical studies to realize it was the meat for her and the protein. More food for thought. 2011, far from home, I suffered a stroke. Thankfully, it was only 15 minutes, I think because of all the biking that we did and the tandem biking, and the recovery was really quick. But worse, you know this, it's not you think about yourself, it's the care partner worries. Will it happen again? Can I reduce the risk of a repeat event? I studied tons of clinical data to find heart disease is a foodborne illness, one that can be prevented, reversed, even abolished by eating a plant-based diet. You can see the reference in my later. 2012, I kept on studying, read the China study, many other things, and the day I suggested we switch to plant-based diet, Magda tossed out all the food in our pantry associated with more rapid Parkinson's progression. And I started cooking a plant-based diet to slow the rate of disease progression. These asterisks refer to an article by Lori Mishley. My benefit from plant-based diet, remember this is collaborative care and it's about how do we take care of ourselves while taking care of our loved one? Within a year, my health improved. IBS, daily, I was taking Tums. I had eczema, I was taking that. Elevated lipids, gout attacks, osteoarthritis. Do you notice that brace on my knee? That's what I wore during RAGBRAI. I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis. I don't wear braces anymore. All of these disappeared within a year of starting the plant-based diet. Imagine the positive impact, however. Think about caregiving. On the time, on the cost, and on the distress. 2014, moving on to the fourth phase. Magda experienced a multi-symptom downturn that was really scary, and I was facing retirement. And looming large was our 5-bedroom, 2-story house. I didn't want to fight the house like I did when I had to bring her in upstairs when she had foot surgery. I was determined to discover, what does a Parkinson's-friendly home mean? So we have a great church, and we have a number of people with MS or Parkinson's who did some changes to their homes, and we visited them to find out what worked, what didn't work, what was essential. I didn't stop there. I also became a certified aging in place specialist by the National Association of Home Builders. Their definition of aging in place is focused on people who need to be accommodated, not the caregiver. Interesting, isn't that? So the definition for a caregiver aging in place is that you can easily assist your loved one through the decline of mobility safely and without risk to yourself. This is our Parkinson's friendly house in 2015. For me, it's an easy entry. I'm going to go down the left-hand side, easy entry, so that's a roll-in entry for a wheelchair. If we ever get there, Magda's walking, we still bike. 36-inch wide doors so you can get through it. Levered handles. A home I could maintain. It's half the size of our other. It's one story. The floors are wood and tile, so they're easy to clean. And no lawn to mow. Comfort while cooking. You saw me cooking. This is a fatigue mat. For Magda, barrier-free. It's a walk-in shower, large shower with a seat. It's grab bars. We call them stability bars. Adjustable handles. She has a walk-in closet that actually there's a roll-in closet, so really easy to adjustable shelves. All these, what are these criteria, are available on the links to my reference. Reduce fall risk. I changed all the thresholds to lower. And reduce fall injury. That mat that helps me by standing is the only mat that has no fall injury on a clinical study that was performed with it. In 2016, that's all about the house and easy access. What about easy home control? In 2016, I handed over control to stay in control and not be overwhelmed. Today, Magda can turn on the lights. Alexa, turn on the lights. She can turn the temperature up and down, either with a remote control, with her mobile phone, or with her voice. We can start our robot vacuum. That helps me, that helps her. She can play Bruce Springsteen. Hey, play Netflix on the TV. Now, she can actually open up the blinds in the morning and control it in 5 rooms. Giving her armchair control keeps her sense of independence. So that's my story. Staying stronger through exercise, biking. We now do chair yoga, and soon we're going to be doing rock steady boxing. Healthier by eating berries in the morning, not bacon. Safer in a Parkinson's friendly house, and staying in control. I've gone from self-care, I was a rider, a bike rider, and my wife has Parkinson's, woe is me, to mutual care, we have Parkinson's. Collaborative care will touch the incredible caregiving DNA of everyone you in this room and everybody who is listening to this broadcast and turn it into self-preservation. Indeed, it proves that lives can be better together, the Parkinson's Foundation slogan. Please listen to our wonderful speakers who will be sharing their secrets about how collaborative care can make better lives together. And feel free to come ask me questions. Feel free to tell me your collaborative care story. I know you have them, and I'd like to hear them. Thank you very much.